Hello, explorers, and welcome to Global Discovery Hub. Today, we're taking you on a journey through Chicago, the birthplace of the modern skyscraper and home to one of the world's most impressive urban skylines. Rising majestically along the shores of Lake Michigan, Chicago's architectural grandeur tells a story of innovation, resilience, and American ambition. Known as the Second City, but second to none in architectural significance, Chicago has continuously redefined urban possibilities since the Great Chicago Fire of 1871 created a blank canvas for architectural pioneers. Join us as we explore this magnificent metropolis where groundbreaking structures touch the clouds and architectural history comes alive on every street corner. Birth of the skyscraper. Chicago's identity as the birthplace of the skyscraper begins with devastation. The Great Chicago Fire of 1871 destroyed over 3 square miles of the city, including most of the downtown business district. From these ashes arose an unprecedented opportunity for architectural innovation and urban reinvention. As Chicago rebuilt, technological developments converged to make taller buildings possible. The invention of safe passenger elevators, the development of steel frame construction, and innovations in foundation engineering opened new vertical frontiers. No longer constrained by the limitations of load-bearing masonry walls, architects could design structures that reached unprecedented heights. The Home Insurance Building, completed in 1885 by architect William LeBaron Jenney, is widely considered the world's first modern skyscraper. At just 10 stories, 138 feet, it would be dwarfed by today's giants. But its revolutionary steel frame construction established the fundamental principle that would allow buildings to stretch skyward. The exterior walls no longer needed to bear the building's weight. This architectural breakthrough gave birth to what became known as the first Chicago School of Architecture, with pioneers like Louis Sullivan, Daniel Burnham, and John Wellborn Root, transforming the city's skyline and influencing building design worldwide. Sullivan's famous principle that form follows function became a cornerstone of modern architecture, while his decorative flourishes gave Chicago's early skyscrapers their distinctive character. The Chicago School and Architectural Innovation. The architects of the first Chicago School rejected excessive ornamentation in favor of designs that expressed a building's structural systems and purpose. Their buildings featured wide windows, made possible by the steel frame, and limited ornamentation, concentrated primarily at the building's base, midsection joints, and crown. Louis Sullivan's masterpieces like the Carson Peary Scott Building, now known as the Sullivan Center, showcased these principles with elegant terracotta detailing and expansive display windows at street level. Sullivan's talented apprentice, Frank Lloyd Wright, would later revolutionize residential architecture from his Oak Park studio just outside Chicago. Daniel Burnham, famous for his statement, "Make no little plans, they have no magic to stir men's blood," embodied Chicago's architectural ambition. His firm designed landmarks like the Reliance Building, with its unprecedented expanses of glass, and the magnificent Flatiron Building in New York City. The 1893 World's Columbian Exposition, with Burnham as its chief architect, temporarily shifted Chicago's architectural direction toward neoclassicism with its famous White City. Though different from the Chicago School's commercial style, the fair's grandeur and urban planning influenced American cities for decades to come. Modern marvels, Chicago's skyscraper evolution. After World War II, a second Chicago School emerged, led by Ludwig Mies van der Rohe, who famously declared, "Less is more." His minimalist designs featuring steel and glass transformed modern architecture. The Twin Towers of 860 to 880, Lakeshore Drive apartments, demonstrated his principles of exposed structure and floor-to-ceiling glass, creating a template for modern skyscrapers worldwide. The Willis Tower, formerly Sears Tower, completed in 1973, claimed the title of world's tallest building for nearly 25 years. Its innovative bundled tube structural system, designed by architect Bruce Graham and structural engineer Fazlur Rahman Khan of Skidmore, Owings and Merrill, revolutionized super-tall building design. The 110-story structure reaches 1,450 feet, 1,730 feet, including its antennas, and its skydeck observatory's glass-bottomed ledges allow visitors to stand seemingly suspended in midair 133 feet above the city streets. The John Hancock Center, now officially 875 North Michigan Avenue, another SOM creation, features distinctive X-braced exterior supports that both define its appearance and serve as its structural system. This architectural honesty, showing rather than concealing how the building works, represents a distinctly Chicago approach to design. Newer additions to the skyline include the elegant Aqua Tower by Studio Gang architects, featuring undulating balconies that create the impression of rippling water, and the St. Regis Chicago, formerly Vista Tower, whose three interconnected towers of differing heights and blue-green glass evoke crystalline formations rising from the lakefront. Architectural tours and river perspective. One of the best ways to appreciate Chicago's architectural significance is from the water. Architecture river cruises on the Chicago River offer unparalleled views of the city's most significant buildings. As the river winds through downtown, knowledgeable docents from the Chicago Architecture Center explain the history and significance of structures that define the skyline. The Riverwalk itself, expanded and beautified in recent decades, offers pedestrians an intimate perspective on the canyon of skyscrapers while providing recreational space along what was once primarily an industrial waterway. For those seeking a more comprehensive understanding of Chicago's architectural history, the Chicago Architecture Center provides exhibits and models explaining the city's development, along with walking tours covering different neighborhoods and architectural styles. Beyond downtown, architectural treasures throughout the city. While Chicago's downtown Loop District contains its most famous skyscrapers, architectural marvels extend throughout the city. Frank Lloyd Wright's home and studio in Oak Park, just west of Chicago, offers insight into the development of his prairie style. Nearby, Unity Temple demonstrates Wright's innovative use of reinforced concrete, while the Frederick C. Roby House in Hyde Park represents the fullest expression of his Prairie School principles. The University of Chicago campus features Gothic-inspired buildings alongside modern additions, like the Joe and Rika Mansueto Library, with its stunning elliptical glass dome covering a state-of-the-art automated retrieval system. Chicago's residential neighborhoods showcase architectural styles from Victorian mansions in Wicker Park to distinctive bungalows that housed working-class families in areas like Berwyn and Chicago Lawn. These Chicago bungalows, typically built between 1910 and 1940, feature distinctive low-pitched roofs, overhanging eaves, and arts and crafts details. Chicago's innovative structures, innovation extends beyond height to include unique engineering solutions and adaptive reuse of historic structures. Millennium Park, built atop railroad tracks and parking facilities, represents one of the world's largest green roofs. Its iconic cloudgate sculpture, affectionately known as the Bean, by artist Anish Kapoor, reflects both the skyline and visitors in its polished stainless steel surface. Navy Pier's massive Centennial Wheel offers views of the skyline from 196 feet above the lakefront, while the Chicago Riverwalk has transformed once industrial riverbanks into vibrant public spaces connecting architectural landmarks. The historic Chicago Cultural Center, originally the city's central library, features the world's largest Tiffany glass dome in its stunning Preston Bradley Hall. Meanwhile, industrial structures like the former Sears warehouse in the North Lawndale neighborhood have been repurposed as affordable housing and community spaces. Skyscraper innovations and sustainability. Chicago continues its architectural leadership with cutting-edge sustainable design. The Lakeview Building by Studio Gang incorporates solar panels and strategies to prevent bird collisions, while the USG headquarters in the Loop was one of the city's first LEED-certified skyscrapers. The vertical nature of skyscrapers themselves represents a form of sustainability, allowing more people to live and work on smaller footprints of land. Chicago's density combined with its extensive public transportation system, reduces carbon emissions compared to sprawling development. Chicago's living architectural laboratory. Chicago remains a living laboratory for architectural innovation. The Illinois Institute of Technology's campus, redesigned by Mies van der Rohe in the mid-20th century, continues educating new generations of architects. The annual Chicago Architecture Biennial brings global perspectives and experimental approaches to the city where the skyscraper was born. The city's commitment to architectural excellence extends to projects like the renovation of historic Wrigley Field, the development of the Obama Presidential Center, and ongoing revitalization of neighborhoods through thoughtful design. Experiencing Chicago's vertical wonders. Visitors can experience Chicago's architectural treasures in numerous ways. Observation decks at Willis Tower and 875 North Michigan Avenue offer spectacular skyline views. The Chicago Architecture Center's exhibits and tours provide context and history. River cruises present the most photogenic perspectives of the downtown canyon of skyscrapers. For photography enthusiasts, Chicago offers endless opportunities to capture dramatic architectural images. The elevated train lines provide unique vantage points, while Millennium Park's reflective surfaces create compelling compositions with the surrounding buildings. Monde. Chicago's skyline represents far more than an impressive collection of tall buildings. It tells the story of American optimism, technological progress, and artistic vision. From the ashes of the Great Fire emerged not just a rebuilt city, but a new understanding of what cities could become. The architects who pioneered steel frame construction in Chicago didn't merely create taller buildings, they fundamentally transformed urban life worldwide. The vertical city they envisioned offered solutions to the challenges of density, efficiency, and commerce that continue to shape global urban development today. As we gaze up at Chicago's magnificent skyscrapers, we're witnessing not just architectural achievement, but human ambition given physical form, the eternal drive to reach higher, build better, and reimagine what's possible. In Chicago's skyline, we see both America's past innovation and its future potential written in steel, glass, and stone. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Chicago, the magnificent birthplace of the skyscraper. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to Global Discovery Hub for more captivating travel content from around the world. Until our next adventure, happy travels!